We are at Endurance GB Siren Tester. I'm quite excited because we have Qantas, who isn't as chilled as Tizzy, who is stuffing her face, but not as crazy as the last time I brought him to a venue. So I'm going to give him a couple of hours to settle in the corral, then we're going to take them for a walk in the vet gate and the vetting, and depending on his reaction this evening will depend on whether I do a 40k graded, which will include a heart rate in the vetting, or I do a 30k pleasure ride, which is just the trot up and not the heart rate. So if he's so stressy that I know the heart rate's not going to be low enough to go out on a graded ride, then we'll choose to do a pleasure ride because it's better experience. I'll actually just be really happy if we make it into the vetting across the start line. So we have arrived. I thought I'd give you a little show and tell. I just wanted to get it all set up so I didn't film it, and Dan wasn't here at the time so the camera wasn't here, but of the stuff that we need for a corral. So in the EGB rules, I think it's a minimum and then maximum depending on the venue, but minimum of 8 by 8 meters, has to have 2 strands of electric and be electrified. So what I have for a corral, obviously stakes, otherwise how's it going to stay up? The tape I have on a little reel, so it's really easy to kind of put in and out. Then another of EGB's rules is that you have emergency information on the corral. So I've got my ice ickle in case of emergency ickle from KBF 99, has Langley Endurance, and then it's got my number here, obviously in blue. Then obviously we've got the electric unit, a little handle, and I like to put it all in like a little bag where I've got a knife, extra stuff, extra batteries, baler twine if I need to like hang anything up, or bits and bobs like that. So that is the corral. Also another rule is they have to be wearing a head collar with an ID tag, so if they do get loose, everyone can, whoever in the night maybe, can catch a horse, look at its ID tag, match it to the corral tag, and then put all the horses back where they should be. But hopefully that doesn't happen, and that Qantas is well behaved for his first overnight stay. Some of the crew are here! I say some, literally we're just waiting for Will, so most of the crew are here. And Dan is here. And he has made
very
dinner.
good dinner!
One of my top tips, if you come to a ride the day before,
Bring a Dan.
bring a Dan. If you've got a Dan, you're lucky enough to have a Dan, bring a Dan. But other than that, make sure that, I guess I mostly do this if I'm at the venue the day before, but you could do this for any time. Make sure that on the drive you've got plenty of fluid, so hydrate people, whatever drink you can get down you, and that when you're at the venue and doing stuff with the horses, that you always have a water bottle on you, so in your pocket next to you, so that you don't get dehydrated, and that you eat enough, because there is no point ta-da! There is no point your horses being in tip-top shape and then being looked after really well if the rider is then dehydrated and doesn't have enough energy to be a good rider. So
And crew.
top tip, and crew, don't forget the crew, because sometimes they forget to eat and drink as well, and they need to be on tip-top form. So yeah, thanks Dan, I can't even pick that up. So once we had eaten and the ponies had had a chance to settle in, it was time to take Qantas for a little bit of a walk. My main focus was going to be in the vetting, to get him into the vetting around that area, but I also wanted to take him for a walk around the venue so he got used to all the other horses and everything going on. Those of you that have been watching the channel for a while will know that Qantas's last trip to a venue was a little bit of a disaster. I didn't even get him into the vetting because he was so naughty. So I'm actually really proud of him that he's listening to me, he's just looking around, and he's not on 2 legs. So real progress from Qantas, and it's really nice to see that actually he kept nice and calm and kind of enjoyed being somewhere different. We're trying to kind of desensitize him to the vetting area. I'm trying to like regulate my breathing, kind of always have him slack, and if he's behaving, nothing, so that he knows exactly kind of the commands. And when he's being good, don't hold him. When he's being good, he's left alone. When he's being bad, put the tension on. This is like a pressure control head collar, just so that I don't have to pull him that hard, so that he gets the commands without being completely pulled on the nose. And Mum and Dad are practicing just touching him up, because the vet's are obviously going to have a good feel. Look at Tizzy, the absolute pro.
She's trying to follow me.
Our main problem is going to be trying to get past that tent without his heart rate rocketing up. So we're in to do the 40k graded, but obviously that requires a heart rate to start, and we might not get a heart rate low enough, so we might downgrade to the pleasure ride, so it's just a trot up, as I said, but we'll walk up and down past that tent a few times and see what happens.
Good boy.
Not bad so far, but it's when there's loads of other horses around, and the vet gate is just there, so that'll be super busy. So whether that's just too much for him. Good boy. Either way, it's all experience, and he has to be subjected to this kind of environment because that's what I want to do with him. So it doesn't really matter what happens tomorrow in terms of what we do and the outcome. It's more just trying to get some experience and sorting his head out. Try not to stand on me. Good boy. Good boy. After a few runs past the tent, Qantas was actually really good. So we did a little mini fake vetting, and actually his heart rate was in the low 40s and he would have been good to go for a graded ride. Vetting practice run done. Much better than previous attempts. So we'll just have to see how he is in the morning, because obviously it's not very busy today, there's not loads of other horses there. Really impressed with how we calmed down about the gazebo thingy at the entrance. So it's just a case of in the morning when there's more stuff going on, we'll walk him around, stand him outside the vetting, take his heart rate there. If it's under 50, then we'll go for the graded. If it's over, I just don't want to take the risk of him not even going out at all, and we'll do the pleasure ride. So now we've done that, we'll leave them to chill, and we're going to go fill up all the crew water. Just finished plaiting Tizzy, keep her mane off her neck, keep her nice and cool, and just walking over to where they are filling up the crew gear. And I thought, keeping it real, I'd kind of let you know that even though this is a 40k novice, I'm actually a little bit nervous, mainly because I don't know what Qantas is going to do, and literally 5 days ago he got me off twice in one ride. He's been very spooky. He's quite difficult to ride and handle, so who knows what might happen tomorrow, but fingers crossed it'll be good.
When I turn this tap on, Dan's tap goes off.
No.
Right.
How would you reckon these fluff bottles are?
Well, you started using them when you were riding a Migo, so you were
Like 20 years old.
about 20 years old. Yeah.
Good old
We've
comfort
never
fabric
dared lose a
softener.
top.
How's it going?
Slow and steady wins the race. Can't put it down either because it just sprays everywhere.
Endurance requires an uneco-friendly, let's be honest, amount of water, but the welfare of the horses come first, and keeping them cool and hydrated is very important.
We're just interrupting the recycling.
But at least our kit has been used for many years, so the plastic is definitely not single use. Will's arrived! Will and crew dog Atu! Hello Atu! Are you ready for another day crewing? Yeah! Just there. So, we're going to say night-night to the ponies. the key to when you feel nervous or you're anxious about something, or you get that like butterfly feeling in your stomach, is to acknowledge it, to know it's there, it's part of competition, breathe, positive mental attitude. And I like to just run through kind of my routine, so the same routine tacking up, the same routine getting on, I run through them in my head, and it's nice and calming and just a positive attitude that's gonna go well. We've got this and we'll be fine. So, good night, Qantas. Good night, Whizzle. Hello. We'll see you in the morning.